All right, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chains. So, want to pull up a few things when it comes to meme coins and my main thesis behind a lot of meme coins. So, if you guys have not seen my video, I'm actually going to link it above. So, I go in depth into how I actually look at meme coins when it comes to when they kind of go through an entire cycle. And I don't mean a whole crypto cycle. Meme coins have their own cycles, from they got an up phase, a down phase, and an accumulation, and it just seems like we are seeing this play out and play out very well for some coins that, I've been fairly active talking about in the Discord and then also even on Twitter as well, which is why I also recommend a lot of you guys, if you're not following, follow me on Twitter. I post sometimes a bunch of random alpha if I'm feeling it. So, so this is all the way back in, mid to late August. Well, late August. I pulled up Sigma. Same thing. Sigma had an incredible run. I think what was it, early August? The whole month of August, is literally up only. You can see it here. Charts making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Until we just have that huge dump and it continues down for a while. This is where many people, I feel like a lot of people do not know how to distinguish between when a meme coin is bottomed out, accumulating, ready to have an actual run, versus coins that they are just aping, that they see that are, they just launched and they're buying in thinking it's going to continue forever and go up only. But the thing is, if you're dealing with a lot of newer meme coins that launch, like something like this, if they launched a few days ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, it has not gone through an entire phase. It has, these phases outside of what the charts look like, they go through when they launch. There's always going to be hype when a coin launches. But a coin has to withstand the test of time. It's got to dump. It's got to come down. All these early investors are going to take a lot of profits, if not all of their profits. This chart will go down, and this is also the same thing as saying when a coin launches, it's up only for a while because all of the hype is on it. Coin will dump like this for a while because the hype is starting to fade. People are rotating out of it. They're taking their profits. And then now once it's down at the bottom, when everyone's questioning if it's coming back or not, that is when you start to pay attention to any and every coin that has had some sort of strength, right? Not every coin, again, when it goes through phases like this, will they come back after this? A lot of them don't. But this is why I always try to say you need to find the strongest coins in the current, narrative, current meta. And we've seen a lot of these that have been just consistently stayed strong. Like I've said, there's three I'm going to cover today. But lock-in as well I'm going to cover. But Sigma here, it's, from seeing how this chart was, seeing how it was just bottomed out, chilling sideways, but then also having the idea that knowing Sigma is one of the most used words for the younger generation, and then also seeing that Giga is one of the largest meme coins on Solana right now, probably one of the biggest meme coins in the space at this point. And this is kind of like a beta play to Giga. So we've actually started to see Sigma run very heavily. Community was very strong. But, this is kind of why I want to just show you guys this kind of, the way that I analyze meme coins, this exact way is how you can find really good coins before they start their run. And I don't mean just a push, a 2 or 3x back to its all-time high and then call it a day. Like, no, a lot of these coins, once they have this, they go through similar phases and they will start a long-term uptrend. Just look at any meme coin that is launched, came up, trended at 0, and then maintained a lot of hype after they went through that whole thing. That is how meme coins work. It's all attention based, and you need to put your attention where attention is not. And when charts look like this, when they're bottomed out, when many are not paying attention or looking, that's when you have to look at things. So as far as for that, lock-in, same thing. Lock-in is still holding up very well. You know, I don't know if you want to consider these coins, you know, the Zoomer meta culture coins, you know. Lock-in, Sigma, and Aura. All three of those huge with the younger generation, huge with TikTok. I think these are going to be very large performers in meme coins because you know they are different than most meme coins now that are just simple animals, you know. And these coins specifically do not just cater to crypto native people. They cater legitimately to the Web 2 world, to the younger generation. That is why I think all three of them are going to have an incredible run for meme coins. I would not be surprised to see some of these be the top, I don't want to say top 10, 20, 30. Like, they're going to be big, but, you know, I mean, to see all three of these legitimately at least a few hundred million in the shorter term, within maybe a couple months, I really wouldn't doubt that. So, again, I'm going to show you guys a couple coins, couple charts as well that I've been analyzing, watching, that I think are just in this same area, waiting to eventually have a nice breakout. And again, sometimes these breakouts, they take weeks. Sometimes they take 3 months. It doesn't matter. If the community is there, if it's a new product, if it's a new coin, it doesn't have to just be for meme coins, but this kind of analysis, the exact way that I do it, is mainly for meme coins, but when you look at a lot of VC-backed utility coins, you know, a lot of charts play out in a different way, which I've also covered, which I'll make another video on. But all of them play out in a similar fashion when it comes to when the hype dies out on them is when you should pay attention, because when the hype actually comes back to them, that's when they start, you know, forming their bottoms, start trending back up and running into all-time highs. And so I'm going to pull up Sigma now, though. Because like I said, same exact thesis when you're looking at meme coins. This is at 46 million in market cap now. I think less than a month ago, this was at, I think it was under 10 million, in between 6 to 8 million. Like, look at this. This is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to this strategy playing out. You know, and this is the greatest part about this, is you can have a low cap coin and you can comfortably accumulate for months. You could have accumulated for almost 2 months here. You know, aped in with size, and look at like the potential gain that you could have got out of this. If you bought only towards the top, waiting for that breakout, you still would have got a nice 3x. You know, if you continued to buy the lows, you bought weekly, whatever you call accumulation, you know, let's say from the middle of this, just an average, you know, a nice 5x in a matter of a couple months. Like, and again, I'm not trying to show you guys, oh, you know, I make the best calls in the world. Like, I'm never going to claim anything like that. You know, I can't stand people that do that shit. You know, it's like, I just call where I see opportunity. And then when it plays out, you know, that's, you know, I have a thesis behind why it will play out. But when it does, you know, I like to show you guys how I actually analyze this stuff. But again, same thing. I think this is going to play out with Aura. Like, I'm betting on this hard playing out exactly the same way. Yeah, all in CAD. That's what I wanted to write or type. Currently at 27 million now. So it's actually looking really good so far. Because like I said, I think, I don't know if I brought it up literally yesterday on the channel, but Aura is pulling the same exact thing. One of the differences, though, that I've seen with this coin is the difference between its all-time high to where it is accumulating is a lot larger of a distance in comparison to Lock-in and Sigma. Lock-in, it was accumulating between around 10 to 20 million in market cap, but its all-time high was about 45 to 50 million or something. So it was about, you know, 150% gain from the accumulation range to get to the top. With Aura here, it's looking like it's about a minimum of a 3x, maybe a 3.5x, just for it to get back to all-time high. And so again, I'm not trying to say that this is good or bad for it, but with that being said, this is just going to need more capital to come into the coin to actually take this into that next leg up. But again, it doesn't change anything about my idea for it. I think it's just the main difference this is going to have is it might take a little bit longer to actually fully play out. But like I said, I have unbelievable conviction in this coin. At some point, I know for a fact this will be breaking out, going into a new high. Like I said, I'm fully invested in this. I've been accumulating this, and I just, like I said, this is just where I see a ton of opportunity in this market. Aura is one of the most used words with the TikTok, Zoomer generation, whatever you want to call it. And I think that is still a fairly untapped, meta when it comes to crypto. Because when we get meme coin super cycle playing out, a lot of people that are going to be jumping into meme coins are going to be people that are younger in that generation that are familiar with TikTok. And when they see coins that they have the same words as words they use every day, right? Like Sigma, Aura, the Skibbity, which is another one. So many random ones I could cover, but Aura right now just still has not fully had, a revamp of a run yet. It's still bottomed out, starting to move a little bit, which is good to see. But like I said, maybe I would expect probably another bounce or two down before it really just sends to about 50, 60 million and then beyond. So the other thing that would stop this though is Solana. Is if Solana starts to dump, we get Bitcoin dumping again for another few weeks. Like I said, we're probably going to get a pullback or something, but if we see Solana, ETH, Bitcoin, breaking new highs, I don't think Ethereum, no matter what, is breaking new highs yet. But I think if Bitcoin can just go back to 65, 66, 67, we get like really good bullish momentum. Solana goes to 160, 170, 180, just gets a lot higher, right? Maybe Ethereum might reclaim like 27, 2800, which would be very good for it. That would actually kind of break its super downtrend right now. But Aura for a meme coin, guys, fairly new, about 4 months old. I think this is going to be a huge performer going forward. So that to me, this is like one of my newest high conviction bets. It has been for a while. And it's like initially I saw this all the way down here too. And I faded this massive run. And this run lasted for weeks, but getting into that thesis though again, it's like you could look at this chart the same way. This is on a daily, which is why I like to look at coins on a daily chart. Usually most coins though, when they have their up only phase, their down only phase, and then their accumulation, so it usually takes at least a couple months to play out. I would say minimum about maybe a month and a half to 2 months for a coin to actually go through that whole thing. Like Sigma, I think, took way less than Aura, and Sigma is already at all-time highs. Oh wait, what am I doing? Like I said, this is all up only, into down only, and then I just consider this area general accumulation on the daily. But like I said, I would not be surprised to see a pullback, bounce around, chill, and keep going. I think at this point, guys, if you're not paying attention to meme coins, I think you're going to be fading some of the biggest opportunities in the rest of the cycle. There's a reason why, I consistently cover meme coins now. Yes, they are way higher risk, but this is just where the attention is in the market. As much as you might hate it, it is what it is. I recommend for you guys, if you're really stuck on that idea, keep most of your portfolio in whatever, other narratives, metas you have, but just start jumping into a little bit of meme coins. I guarantee you can turn a meme coin wallet into a very large sum just by focusing on playing it the same way you play with utility coins if you're aiming for long-term bets. And do the same thing with low-cap meme coins, and I'm telling you, it's going to pay off very well as well for you. That's kind of what I did, because I was kind of against it the first couple months when I saw Solana really getting traction after WIF, went to a billion and a half. We started some other coins, or other coins started to run. I was like, you know what? I'm like, let me just make a Sol wallet. Let me see what I can do. I messed around with it for a few weeks. I made a little bit, and then I started really honing in on it, and studying like how meme coins operate, how they move, because they move way differently than a lot of utility coins. And at this point, I think it's been doing very well so far. And like I said, lately, this has been probably my favorite coin in the market. That I still think has a ton of potential, easily to break into all-time highs at some point. Like I said, it's not going to be tomorrow or next week. It might take a few weeks, but overall, I just think these are great coins to focus on. We also even have the ETH trifecta. Whoa, excuse me. The Ethereum trifecta is what I like to call it. Is we got ticker Bitcoin, SPX, and MOG. Those three coins were launched generally in the same time frame in 2023. And it's actually been crazy to see all three of them starting to get way more traction. Because now what we're seeing is ticker Bitcoin. I think this actually might start the run. This might start really running today. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be the breakout. I was kind of betting that this is going to happen. I think it's going well into all-time highs. But yeah, all three of these coins, guys, OG ETH memes, I think are going to be incredible performers, not just right now, but I think as they correct, as we continue this cycle, they're going to be very good performers, right? It's cool to see both of these communities just starting to get a ton of attention. And obviously SPX has had an insane pump. SPX literally pulled a MOG, and it's gone like even higher than MOG went. Just a little bit, but obviously, having Murad be the number one, meme coin person right now, where all the attention is, he's pumping the crap out of that, right? Short term, I don't know if that's good or bad. When you see a chart like this, I would never, ever tell anyone to buy this. I think you actually have to be crazy to be jumping in at 500 million after it's already shot up a 20 to 40x from the bottom, if not more than that. Like, bro, you cannot tell me that this is a sound investment. Buying at the top of one of the largest god candles in meme coins I've ever seen in my life. There is zero chance you're telling me up here you think it's okay to be jumping in. The only place within a few weeks this is going is it's going to chop. Maybe it goes up a little more. It's going to start dumping. This is exactly what the chart will pull. Some sort of correction movement. Like I said, maybe it tries one more time, bounces, comes down, and then maybe it tries again. And maybe SPX starts holding, this general area, and then momentum continues. It's very hard to know what's going to happen, but I think with the amount of hype SPX has, it's never coming back to these levels ever again until maybe the end of the cycle, but it's got to correct and have a huge dip at some point. So again, watch this coin from the daily chart and you'll understand, from a daily perspective, if you see a massive correction on a daily, that is when it could be a potential time for an entry. But just be very careful jumping in here. If you guys like this coin, what I recommend is if you're looking at this coin now, you want to get exposure, just be patient. Stop looking at it and trying to feel like you got to jump in because you're going to miss another 20x. Because, you're not. It's already gone up 10, 20, 30, 40x from the lows. you know, it's got to correct. And then if it corrects, dumps heavy, aim to jump in with size at the lows when it's heavily going down. Just be patient. Let the price come to you. Do not just ape into anything. But like I said, it's been very cool to see those two other OG ETH memes getting attention, Because it's like, I personally, I wish I could have saw, obviously, SPX. I never caught that one. But it's really cool to see that it's starting to get attraction, right? But, like I said, even with MOG 2, all three of these are continuing to hold. I think they're just going to be insane performers going forward. I still think MOG is the number one coin. I think it has still the most normie friendly, I guess, I don't know how you want to put it, most normie friendly thesis behind it, I guess. Having the emojis kind of tied to it. If you see those emojis, you know it's MOG. The Pit Vipers are recognition in real life. I think MOG still has some of the number one qualities to take this into literal billions. But outside of that, it's like I said, it's been good to see those running. But outside of that, that is what I wanted to cover today in this video. Just with the idea of that meme coin thesis. Just watching coins after they launch, dying out, and then accumulating. Same exact thing played out with MOG, right? I'll literally just draw it for you guys. I've actually never done it on MOG. But again, on a daily perspective, we had what? The chart. Chart was in its up-only phase here, right? I mean, yeah, if you look at it on a smaller time frame down here, it looks like it dumped all the way. But this is its up-only phase. This was its down-only. The solid best accumulation range would have been, in here. I would have told anyone and everyone, and it just kind of chilled, hung out here, and then it continued and started to move, right? Anywhere in this general range, guys, would have been accumulation if you played the long-term game, and that is the key to these meme coins. But outside of that, that's what I wanted to cover in this video today. I'm going to be making a lot of more content coming soon, so keep your eye out for it. And I appreciate you guys watching, so thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.